Bhagavad Gita Chapter 6 Dhyan Yoga, the Yoga of Meditation. Sloka chanting is followed by translation and commentary by Swami Mukundananda.
Yogi yunjita satatam atmanam rahasi sthitah ekaki yata chittatma nirashira parigrahah shuchau deshe pratisthapya sthiramasana atmanam natyuchritam nati nicham chailajina kushottaram tatraikagram manah kritva yata chittendriyakriyah upavishyasane yunjyad yogamatma vishuddhaye.
Those who seek the state of yoga should reside in seclusion, constantly engaged in meditation with a controlled mind and body, getting rid of desires and possessions for enjoyment. To practice yoga, one should make an asana, seat, in a sanctified place by placing kusha grass, deer skin and a cloth, one over the other. The asana should be neither too high nor too low. Seated firmly on it, the yogi should strive to purify the mind by focusing it in meditation with one-pointed concentration, controlling all thoughts and activities. He must hold the body, neck, and head firmly in a straight line and gaze at the tip of the nose without allowing the eyes to wander.
So Shree Krishna gave a very elevated state. He told us these are the yogis, the yoga roots, not the yoga rurukshu, but the yoga root, the perfected yogis. Now the question arises, how do we reach that level of perfection? Will it dawn upon us one day? He says, Arjun, for that you will have to do what? Practice. Without practice, nobody ever became a master. Without effort, nobody achieved success. There are so many success stories that float around in the days of the internet world. You hear of this guy who dropped out of Harvard, and before lunchtime he had a conglomerate software company, and you hear of all these advertisements, spend 2 hours on the internet and make $2 million a year, etc. You only have to click our advertisement to know what you will have to do. So, all these stories of instant success, they make us think that one day we may also become lucky, and the jackpot we shall win it. So let us wait until that jackpot opens up for us. But this policy of waiting for the jackpot is only for the crackpots, not for us. For us, what we need to do is to work hard. Now, for every such story of somebody who got discovered and then became a Hollywood star, there are millions of people who worked their way up. So the more reliable, more trustworthy way is to put in dedicated hard work. Now, any skill you wish to master will require effort. Take a look at the Olympic champions. Is there anybody who was doing weekend practice and became an Olympic champion? Absolutely not. It was a commitment. It was a deliberate effort. That kind of commitment is required. So Shree Krishna says that, look Arjun, if you want that state of yoga, those who seek that state of yoga, you will have to put in a lot of effort. And then slowly from the effort, the habits will get created. And when those good habits come, then all these difficult behaviors will happen automatically. That is the power of habit. See, when we were in school, in middle school somewhere, we studied Newton's laws of motion, right? And I believe it was the first law of motion, that an object at rest or in motion continues to remain at rest or in motion until an external force is applied on it. Likewise, we all have our habits, good or bad. Now, when we have aspired for something higher, we will need to change some of these habits. And like the Newton's laws of motion is the law of habit. If you want to develop new habits, to dismantle old dysfunctional ones, you will need to apply force. Otherwise, the habit will remain as it is. So that force is the practice. And as we had discussed in the yoga festival, some of you had heard those lectures, it's not just practice, it is deliberate practice. There's a big difference. People play tennis all their life and they don't become any better. Now you say they are practicing, they have practiced for 50 years, but that deliberate practice was missing. Deliberate practice means you are putting in your effort. What do I need to improve? Where am I making mistakes? What do I need to iron out? Such kind of deliberate practice, it will definitely bear results. It will not give you results. This is impossible. Because everybody's brain is neuroplastic. When you make it fire in this manner again and again and again, it creates the neural pathways. That gives you the neural representations which enable your short-term memory to do things better. And that is how you become the master of any skill. So, what do you think? When Leander Paes, etc., Rafael Nadal, etc., when they play, does their brain has to tax themselves? Okay, do I need to this? No. It's just like when you type, your brain is doing it in auto mode. So they have mastered their skill to such an extent that the brain has got 100 million representations it accesses in the short-term memory and makes them play in the right manner. Like I had said, that an average grandmaster in chess keeps 50,000 games in their memory while playing. That is the representations they've created in the mind all through practice. So the takeaway is the key to mastery is what? Practice. No? What is the key? Deliberate practice. Everyone? Deliberate practice. So now you come and say, Swamiji, I tried Roop Dhyan, it did not work. Arey Baba, you will have to practice. How many times did you practice? If you practice let's say you practice for 1 hour, from 4 to 5, of course today Swamiji's lecture, but otherwise you practice for 1 hour and you succeeded, let's say, in 10 minutes. Never mind, keep on practicing. Tomorrow it will be 15 minutes, then it will be 20 minutes. That is how it's going to happen. But if you think the mastery will fall in your lap as a jackpot, then keep on waiting. So now he's telling us that you will have to practice meditation. Though he is giving up some external things that will help you. If your asana, now Shree Krishna is also practical thinker. Shree Krishna is the creator of practical thinking. I have added in the power of thoughts, but Shree Krishna is giving you practical advice. If your asana is too high, you could fall off. If your asana is too low, then insects would come and bite you. Now in those days, there were no yoga mats. Right? In Sri Krishna's days, there were no yoga mats. So that is why he's saying that you put the kush grass in the deer skin, so the scorpions and the bugs will not come and disturb you. You will be able to sit and meditate comfortably. The main thing is that on a daily basis, you must invest some time in your daily practice. Like you charge your batteries of your cell phone, likewise, you have to charge this spirituality into your consciousness. So ideally, the scriptures say 2 hours of sadhana every day, 1/10 of your time. But because in today's world, there's so much of pressure on time, so I tell people, okay, take out 1 hour. But that 1 hour is an investment in your own self. It is the sharpening of the saw. Now, if somebody says, I'm so busy, if the lumberjack says, I'm so busy cutting trees, I don't have time to sharpen the saw, you yourself will bear the consequences. You'll keep on laboring more. Likewise, if you don't take time out for your sadhana, your consciousness will start drooping. You will not be able to stay in that kutastha, in that state of being the witness, and affect your performance. So for your own sake, try and take some time out. So Sri Krishna has given the externals. He says, in a clean place. Later on, when you are an adept expert yogi, it will not matter. You can sit and meditate anywhere. That is the sign of a yogi who has controlled the mind. It doesn't make a difference now, the externals. But initially, they do. The externals, they do impact the mind. And that is why the saying that cleanliness is next to godliness. Keep yourself clean from the outside, then the mind will be impacted and you will start cleaning it on the inside as well. So Sri Krishna says, a clean, pure place, you set it up. Now, if you see how it works, if you walk into the temple, what are the kinds of thoughts that come in? Thoughts of God, isn't it? It's natural. The environment impacts. Likewise, in your house as well, you make one place. It doesn't have to be a dedicated room. It can even be a portion of a room where you create a little altar and you put your deities or pictures or whatever, and then you start sitting and meditating there on a daily basis. So this will then create the conditioning of the mind that the moment you go and sit down there, you will get those divine thoughts. So now he says, once you have taken care of the externals, the main thing is the internal. He says that now the goal is that pull the mind away from all worldliness and make it one-pointed on the object of your meditation. This meditation will give a lot of benefits. When we practice meditation, we find that we have less mood swings automatically. What is the connection between meditation and mood swings? See, mood swings means that you are not able to control the mind. So the moment you start practicing meditation, you are not speaking to the mind. Maniram, you have to be in this mood. So those mood swings come under control. The moment you start practicing meditation, you are able to handle adverse circumstances. Because the mind is going to complain. The mind will say, I'm feeling so bad. I came for the family camp, but I did not know I'll have to do it in the middle of 200 people. The mind says, oh my God, I've never done this in my life. And if you have meditation, you control the mind. Hey Maniram, this is for your eternal welfare. Control yourself and move ahead. So any kind of adverse situation, you learn to develop more control over it. And meditation helps you overcome and develop good habits. Because now you are the master of the mind. So that is the sadhana. Think like, bathe your mind in divine thoughts. Those divine thoughts can be of the name of God, of the form of God, of the virtues of God, of the pastimes of God, of His abode, of His associates, the saints. The divine thoughts, the more we bathe the mind in those divine thoughts, the more the mind will get cleansed. So how do we do that meditation? Shree Krishna is going to tell us now in the 13th verse onwards, which we'll see in the next lecture.
Discover the Bhagavad Gita Krishna Bhakti app by JK Yoga, your ultimate companion for your spiritual journey.